I know I'm not talking to millions of people out there. The reason I haven't been shooting any arrows recently is I'm giving myself a couple of weeks off to try and get my thumb better from where I fucked it up when I fell off my motorbike, which must be coming on for a month now. Not sure that I didn't crack it in here, don't know. But whatever, I don't use it when I'm drawing, but I'm obviously straining it, and it might just be like a really bad strain of some tendon in here. It's really difficult not to use your thumb, especially on your hand, your strong hand. I mean, I'm officially left-handed, but I do everything right-handed. And you just use it in everything, so it's really difficult to leave alone. So that's why I'm not shooting any arrows. I'm not being incredibly social at the moment either, because I'm in the process of selling this house, and I've already put a deposit down on a house down in the Aveyron. For people that don't know, that's southwest France, not southwest west coast, southwest coming to central France, in the arse end of nowhere, with lots of woods, a couple of streams on the side of the property, a well, 7.5 hectares in French speak, which is like 18 odd acres in English speech. I've always said to the boys when they leave school, I will leave here, because I got divorced like 8 years ago, and it's not really my home, it was our home, my ex-wife and I, which I bought her part of to keep the family home, in inverted commas, for the boys at the divorce, because they were still quite young. I mean, so 8 years ago, 10 and 7. So I figured keeping the house would be the good thing. And they're away now at universities equivalent in the UK, and I don't see them a lot. The eldest is way down south where my mum is, and the youngest is in Lille but boarding because he's working his socks off. And in the half-term holidays, I must have seen 48 hours of them at the most, which is normal. They're out with their mates, they're seeing other parts of the family. I mean, my ex-wife's family all live here, so they've got loads of cousins and bits and bobs to do and catch up with people and their old schoolmates, and I was the same. I was at Newcastle Uni, used to come back down to Kent to see my old man, and I'd see him for probably 48 hours out of 2 weeks in that time. I'd be over to my mum's, she was living in Spain at the time, so it's not something that I will ever hold against them. It's just a fact. They don't really need me anymore, apart from financially. So I kind of figured this would be the case, because I looked at what happened to my old man when my sister and I left, and I knew that I'd have to do something, and it is the right time. So I'm in the process of doing all the paperwork and shit like that, which people that have never lived in France won't understand. I mean, it's a big enough ball ache selling a house and buying a house in England, but I mean, it's a fifth of a ball ache of what it is in France, maybe a quarter. And I think I've done the hard yards on that now, so it's that fucking rain. I should relax and enjoy myself, but I feel like Mushti winding his way up from the tunnel in Hades with what's-her-face behind him, not looking back, and I feel like I can almost see the light, you know. Almost made this move that I've been thinking of for the last 5 years, and I'm trying to temper my excitement. I'm trying to temper my frustration. I'm trying to temper bouts of depression because the last time I sold a house in the UK, it took fucking ages. It was right at the wrong time, in the big dip, end of 2008, 2009, 2010. It was the wrong time to sell a house, but that's the way it was. And I've got that hanging over me, and I'm trying to dispel that because I don't do hope and fear. And just, it'll happen. It'd be fucking nice to be there for spring. Everybody at work keeps asking me if I'm going to work in the golf course down there. It's like, for fuck's sake. I mean, not the people I work with, they know full well, but the clients. And the last thing in the world I want to do is work on another fucking golf course. And as chance would have it, there's more golf holes on the golf course that I work at now in the golf club than there are in the whole of the department of Aveyron where I'm going. So that's just, you know, at the state. There's like 36 holes on the whole fucking department, which is just... I should give Marcel my clubs. Oh, I shall leave them here so he can play with those, because he plays more often than me now. He goes out every now and again. And my 11, 12 years of working in the golf industry will come to a very, very welcome close. I should be chopping wood in the last of the light. I'm not. I've done my kindling. I now got to do my medium bits to start the fire. There's a big old log on the fire at the moment that will take ages to burn down. I turned it down, so that will be alright. So that's where I am, really. I'm in the process of buying and selling. And I need to sell this place to finish buying that place. And what I don't want to do is be borrowing money in between the two for too long, because that's just pissing it out the window. So this place has been on the market since Saturday morning. We're now Tuesday afternoon and I haven't had a visit, which I'm slightly worried about, but I don't know if that's normal or not. What I desperately want is the estate agent to call tomorrow and say, look, I've got 3 visits today, is that okay? She could be putting people off until I'm not here, which might not be a bad thing. Because then they won't see how fucking desperate I am to sell it. I think Marcel's a little bit upset. Because it's his kind of family home. Tino not quite so upset because he can remember back in Kent in a way that Marcel can't. I think he was upset to leave there because he loved that house and he likes his little school and his life there, but then settled in here quickly. So he's not going to be as upset, and I can understand that. I was upset when my family home got sold when I was a kid, and then saw what people did to it behind it. I'll be alright with whatever they do here, as long as they leave the cherry tree alone. I won't really mind. And the boys won't really pass by here. It's not really a road that you take if you don't need to take it. So it's not like they'll see it, but they'll come back and have a squiz, no doubt. And I'm miffed because I can't shoot arrows. I could have done with a really nice session today, but bits of wood in my ear. But no, I'm going to be disciplined and leave that for a couple of weeks because I'm fed up with it hurting. And I think the only way to get it better is to leave it alone. And I've had a couple of weeks off not shooting arrows before. I can still shoot when I come back, so bollocks. Right, I'm going to chop some wood, folks. I've bored you enough before it gets too dark to do so. That's where I am.